than state, president is bigger than because they've been bigger than from their family. So you have all kinds of situations. Now I will share with you a couple of fundamental truths. Then I'll tidy it up and I'll give you an assignment. The assignment you're going to take home, please, everybody try to do it. If you are not married, still do it. The number one truth is God is the author of the family. True or false? God is the author of the family. So if you believe God is the author of the family, what system of government does God practice? Do you know? If you believe God is the author of the family, what system of government does it? Can you ever imagine if God were to be in your family, that God will slap your wife? No matter the provocation. Would God keep malice? Would God make money and hide it from the wife? No, think about it. Would God be rude to her husband and say, don't you know, I earn more than you, so shut up? Would God be even rude to the in-laws? You realize that what we are practicing, even when we read the Bible, we read culturally. So we practice cultural Christianity. What is satisfying to us? That's why, when they were saying, oh, it's woman that does it, I don't believe in it, really. I don't believe there's something that is woman's job. Ask my wife, she's here. If I'm lying, please, if I lie, just raise your hand and tell them. Because I don't believe in hypocrisy. There's nothing like woman's job. I have tied apron. First 5 years of marriage, I fixed more meals in my marriage than my wife. It didn't do me anything. It wasn't a big deal. Because it would be wickedness. She was a banker. Sometimes one day my wife returned at 1 a.m. I told her, you must stop this job. So would I now sit down? What would I be trying to prove as a man? I sit down in front of TV. My wife is coming. Hunger is wiring me. I have not cooked. So she comes at 1 a.m. Then I send her to the kitchen to go and bring my meal. Because the chief of the village is sitting. Then she brings the meal. And I've now finished eating. We now go to bed. And I'm still touching her. Oh yeah, let's shake body now. Is that not wickedness? God made human beings in his image. He made man and woman. None is inferior. Because you think about it, will God put an inferior spirit in a woman? No. He says in the beginning, come, let us make man in our image. Let them have dominion. Both male and female. So if anybody is lying to you, saying a man is superior, yes, by the dictate of government, God has placed man as the head. But it doesn't mean a woman is inferior. A lot of women have believed that they are inferior. So they say we are weaker vessel. Weaker vessel is simply weaker packaging. Body. It doesn't mean weaker intelligence. It doesn't mean weaker excellence. Let me tell you, I would be stupid to be trying to prove a point to my wife when I know she's better at landing money than me. What would I be trying to? The first 3 years, 5 years of marriage, I tried to prove it. I failed. Every December 31st, our finances will reset itself to zero. And I was the one in charge. I was responsible. Until I gave myself brain, like Nigerians would say it. And I said, you know what, sweetheart? Begin to handle money. That year, we had excess. By January, we didn't struggle. Are we together? Planning. She taught me. But I would have, don't you know I'm the head of them? No, I'm not the head in finances. She's the head. Are we together? Are we together? I hope some men will change after this meeting. Your wife is not inferior. Don't think you're an island. It's in Africa that a old man suddenly feels is wiser. Age is not wisdom. A child can teach you something. My son teaches. Can you beat your children when it comes to games on your phone? I don't know the game on my phone. I don't know any. I don't know any cartoon. I just try to watch because of my son. But the way my son understands the English in cartoon, I have not been able to grasp it. I'm trying to strain I can't hear what they are saying, but my son is telling me. Is it not superior? So if we have to appoint a leader of cartoon, minister for cartoon, won't he be the one? You see how many people run their families down because of their pride. African man macho. So God is the author of the family. Every society started with a family. Every. Adam and Eve. When the earth was destroyed, Noah's family. Later, Abraham's family. Then later, Jacob formed the nation Israel. So if Nigeria will be better, it will start with your family. Do you know if I can influence all of you to do things right from your family, the revolution has begun? Because, I didn't know Emmanuel has gone to do vision and values in his home. He only came to my house. In my house, the first thing you see is family vision, family values. It's pasted. In fact, someone had to help us do it properly. Bridget, I saw her, she came to my house. She was taking pictures. That is how people are influenced. So if all of us can form a community that will do things right, then we would have created a new generation. Are we together? So, every society starts with a family. Until we begin to understand God's concept of the family, we would all be victims of cultural and religious error. And there are so many of those religious errors that were believed. I mean, we're discussing on radio one day of bride price. And the lady said she has not been able to marry because her father is insisting she must bring 500,000. The guy must bring 500,000. And I said, who gave this rule? They said, the village. Who gave it in the village? They said, the gods in the village. I said, but these same gods, before now, they were collecting cowries and shima shinap. Have they graduated to dollars and red wine? You realize that they are not gods. You only have selfish human beings. Two people want to start their life. Why would you put burden on them when the most important thing in the marriage ceremony doesn't cost money? The most important thing in the wedding ceremony is, yes, I do. You don't need money to say it. And that's why I've begun to advocate right now for young people who want to get married, that because what creates useless budget in marriage is reception. Abi? So now I've begun to advocate, and I'm teaching some people, but they've not started doing it because they're afraid. That when you do your wedding invitation, invite them for reception, but postpone your reception till the 51 year after your marriage. Say, reception we hold, let's say your wedding took place on the 20th of September, 2014. Postpone reception to 2015. Fix a venue for it. And that will serve a lot of purposes. What makes you think after spending 1 million, your marriage will last 1 year? So if it has gone through 1 year, then you can invite people. At least that way you would have been able. Do you know how much